Vanakkam. So far, we completed the first master data, that is material master for both PP and MM, with the detailed discussions on various parameters in the views required for the course and created the metal master for our business case. The next master data is the bill of materials. It is required in PP for materials planning, production execution, and product costing, and in materials management for subcontracting planning and execution. Before going to the session, let us discuss the answers for the quiz of the previous session. For the selected field, there is a need to change only a specific value to a new value. For example, we select maybe 100 materials. In this, we want to change the MRP controller. Out of these MRP controllers, we want to change only for 4 materials MRP controllers. Means I am selling that MRP controller we change S03 to S01. Only that we want to change. How to do it? That we can do it using the icon restrictions, where we can select the specific value so that only those parameters will get changed. During the planning process, it was found that material was not planned, but during earlier planning process it was planned. How to analyze this no, normally it happens in many cases. So here what we should check, we need to check what is the stock, any open orders, those things. But not only that, we should also check is there any changes in the material master through MM04. There is a need to see only valuated metals in a plant. How to see them? I mean, I want to list out the metals which are having only the valuated. So here in MM60 report, we can select the indicator valuated materials and also enter the plant. Then we will get the list of valuated materials in that plant. Is it possible to create a material with one material type like ROH, raw material type, from another material with a different material type like trading goods, HAWA? It is possible, but at the same time, we need to be very careful, because what are the views we need, whether they had come or not, because based on material types, views also may change, and also many parameters might have been like a default parameters. Those things we need to check, and then we have to update them. In mass maintenance transaction of metal master, how many fields can be changed maximum at a point of time? 18 fields we can select and change. We will discuss the basic concepts of the bill of materials, the key parameters, and how to manage the bill of materials, and various reports to explore the bill of materials in this session. As discussed earlier, creating master data is very important. To start with, we created material master. After creating material master, we need to create bill of materials. Bill of materials is required for the product to be produced in-house. Bill of materials have what are the components we need to use to produce the product and what is the quantity required. Those things are covered. And then we have to create work centers. Work centers are the place where we produce the product. And then combining this bill of material and work center will be creating a routing. Routing is sequence of operations. After creating the routing, we have to link it with the material master, that is called the production version. As long as we are using SAP ECC6, in discrete manufacturing, production version is not mandatory, but in process industry it is mandatory. But when you come to S4 HANA, production version is mandatory for all type of production. Okay, now let us go into discussing about bill of materials. What is bill of material? Bill of material is a complete, formally structured, please note it is complete, formally structured list of components that make up a product or assembly. The list has like item numbers 10, 20, 30, 40 like that for each component, what is to be used to produce a product, and what is the quantity that will be used to produce a product, and what is the unit of measure for those items which are used in the product. Here we are given an illustration. To produce one piece of finished product, a bill of material is defined here like that. There is one sub-assembly required one piece. There is sub-assembly 2, one piece is required. And then we have component 1, 4 grams is required. Component 2, 8 pieces are required. This is like a sample BOM. So here we see item number, material code, what is the quantity, what is the unit of measurement. So what are the functions of bill of material? Fine, we created bill of material, but what are the functions to in production planning? So it is used to plan the materials, especially the dependent materials. What are the dependent materials? For example, if you are having car, to produce a car, we need to have tires, metal body, steering wheel. How many steering wheels we need, how many metal body we need, how many tires we need. To plan those things, we need bill of materials. And then what are the things we need to schedule the production? To produce one car, we have to schedule the items also, right? So what are the materials we need to have? For the scheduling also, bill of materials is useful. And then what the purchasing team should procure. They will know what is the sales plan, but for the sales to meet the sales plan, what are the things we need to buy? Bill of material is used. And also to costing the product. So we are producing various products in various stages, but we should know what is the cost. Then only we will be able to understand what is the margin, what is the selling price we have to fix, what is the profitability. So having a product costing is very important. For that also, bill of material is playing important role. So bill of materials, there may be single level bill of material or there may be multi-level bill of materials. Single level bill of material represents the relationship between one header material and its immediate next level materials to produce a product. Here we see an example. To produce a finished product, we need to have one subassembly, subassembly 2, then we have component 1, component 2. So these are immediate next level BM. This is called a single bill of material, single level bill of material. Also we have multi-level bill of materials. Continuing from the same example, we have the finished product. To produce the finished product, we need to have subassembly 1, subassembly 2, component 1, component 2. At the same time, to produce the subassembly, we need to have component 3 and component 4. To produce subassembly 2, we need to have component 5 and component 6. So this is called multi-level. We saw that for finished product, there is one level. And then for subassembly, there is next level. Another subassembly, another level. If you are producing the component 3 from raw material, then there will be another bill of material. So these are called the multi-level BOMs. So we have single level BOMs, multi-level bill of materials. Now how bill of materials are integrated? How bill of materials are integrated? Bill of material has basic details like a material, equipment, documents. The basic data required for the production planning are these are the items: metal master, equipments, documents, BOM, routing, all those things. And these things are integrated with sales order. For example, you have to produce a product for the sales. Also there is a sales order BOM for which this is integrated. And then we have material requirement planning. From sales order we are having the material requirement planning where you have to plan the dependent items. For those things we need to have bill of materials and other master data. Costing, as we discussed, bill of materials is integrated with costing to work out how much cost is required to produce a product. And then purchasing activity, how much you have to purchase, also where we have to keep this material, the store locations. And then for maintenance activities, we can have maintenance bill of materials, so that when you do maintenance, what are all the kits, what are the tools they have to take, we can create a maintenance bill of materials. So bill of materials have a link with various functions: sales, production, costing, purchasing, and maintenance. So there are different categories of bill of materials. What are the categories of bill of materials? We have production BOM. These are the bill of material which are used for production purpose. There is a bill of material for sales, which is called sales order BOM. Then there is a design BOM or engineering BOM, or maybe sometimes it is called a super BOM also. And then we have the equipment BOM. And then we have costing BOM, to work out the cost of the product. And then we have work breakdown structure. In project schedulings, we need to have work breakdown structure for project related activities. So there are different kind of categories are there. In this course, we will be focusing on the production BOM, which is related to production planning. Other bill of materials you can explore depending on the area which you are working. When you create the bill of material, we need to have some basic questions before work on the bill of materials. First, we need to check whether the material master is existing for the header and the child materials, and whether the material type is allowed to create BOM. For example, there are some consumables. Probably there may not be BOM, or stationary items, there may not be BOM. But for the finished goods, for semi-finished goods, we need to create the BOM. So you have to check what is the metal type, whether it is allowed. Because when you create bill of materials, sometimes we face the error. To understand the errors, these are the points we need to ask ourselves to find out the solution. And then what is the usage of BOM? Whether it is for production, for costing, for sales, and what is the effective date from when this is effective. We may create the bill of material, but is it effective from 1st June or 1st July, 1st August? What is the date? Also for the product, do you have any alternate bill of material? To produce one product, we may have 2-3 bill of materials also. So if that is the case, what are the alternate BOMs you have? That also we should know. And then, should we manage them through engineering change management? Engineering change management, if there is any change in the design of the product, as per requirement from customer or as per the product features change, if you are changing something, do we need to manage them through engineering change management, which is monitoring the changes done in the bill of material, that is engineering change management. Also, should you know what is the status of the bill of material? So what is the current status now? Whether it is used for the production, it is released, those things we need to understand. That is the status of the bill of material. So these things we should know before we are working on any bill of material. Also, when we face any problem in bill of materials, we should ask these questions ourselves to find out the solution. To create bill of materials, we can use the menu path shown here, or simply we can use the transaction code CS01 is the transaction code. Once we go into this page, enter the material code and the plant. Right? Once we enter these things, then we can go into this page, the system. Sorry, after entering the material and plant, let us enter what is the BOM usage. Why you need to enter BOM usage? BOM can be created for different purposes and for different areas. What purpose are we creating this BOM? That we need to highlight. For that, this field BOM usage is used. For example, if you are creating the BOM for production purpose, use the usage 1. If it is for engineering or design purpose, usage 2. If it is for universal purpose, usage 3. If it is created only for costing purpose, put the value as 6. So these are the different usages which are there. You can explore further possibilities in the system. Also, to produce one product, we may have more than one bill of material also. If you have more than one bill of material, system is allowing us to create alternative BOMs. Because the manufacturing methods for one machine, there may be one kind of bill of material. If you produce the same product in another machine, there may be another bill of material may be required. So when you need to have a different bill of material for same finished product, we can use this field alternate BOM. And also we can enter what is the valid date of this bill of material, from which date it is valid. If we keep this field empty, system will take the BOM creation date as the valid date. Some bill of materials probably may be applicable from next month or after 2 months, but you want to create and keep it. Or some bill of materials may be already used in the system. We want to apply these in the past details also. So which is the date you have to enter here. If we keep it empty, system will take the what is the BOM creation date, the current date as the valid from date. Now we are in the BOM creation page where we need to start to enter the details. Before proceeding to create the bill of material, let us check some details in the header page. For this, use the header icon and press it. System will take us to the header page. In the header page, we see the details like this. Starts with the alternate BOM. We discussed during when we are creating alternate BOM, we did not give any value, but here system is showing 1 because this is the first bill of material. If you enter alternate 2 there, it would have shown 2 here. For a product, we can create up to 99 alternate bill of materials. 99, right? And then you are having this valid from date, what we entered in the header, it is appearing here. And also in engineering change management, there may be a change number which will be applied. According to that, the changes will be recorded. So what is the change number, from which date is valid, that also we can capture in this field here. To understand engineering change management, that is a different topic we need to discuss, but now we will proceed with the further discussions. Then here we confirm what is the header quantity, because sometimes we may create a bill of material to produce one quantity of the product. Sometimes the bill of material need to be created to produce 100 pieces or 100 kgs, 1000 liters, right? So the header product unit of measurement for how much quantity we are creating the bill of material, that has to be carefully considered here, because sometimes the component to go into the bill of material may be very small fraction of quantities. Those things we may not be able to enter when we enter the base quantity as 1. We may need to give the quantity as 10 or 100 or 1000 like that. We would have discussed this point in the costing BOM also, right? In the costing view in Metal Master, we saw the lot size. Similarly, for BOM creation also, we can use this lot size. Normally, here we use the quantity, base quantity as 1, which means we are going to create bill of material to produce one number of finished product. Then we have to check the status of the bill of material. This is very important, because when we create the bill of material, we can use the bill of material with the different stages. For example, a bill of material may be used only for MRP purpose. Some bill of material used for planned order creation. Some bill of materials are related to work scheduling. Some bill of material related to costing activities. If these fields are not activated, that particular function may not happen. For example, here we see the status 1, where the MRP explosion, planned order, relevant to costing, relevant to work scheduling, all are applicable, which means this BOM is fully ready. But if you see in this same table in the status 2, there is nothing. So if you put status 2, this bill of material will not be used for any planning or any production purpose. Also, when you use 3, it is used only for MRP and planning purpose and not for costing purpose. So whenever you have any problem that the BOM is not exploded or costing is not working, one of the important point you need to check is the BOM status. And then there is a field called the deletion indicator. This is very important. Deletion indicator is showing that the BOM header or the BOM item has been deleted with respect to the change number. There is a change number. If you want to delete it, then that indicator can be given there. This indicator is valid that whenever you have this change number validity, when it is changed, when there is we don't want that BOM to be in system, at the time you can use deletion indicator. There is a deletion flag. Deletion flag is indicating this BOM will be archived during the next archiving run, and if necessary it will be removed from the database itself. That is the purpose of deleting the bill of material using these fields. Be careful. Whenever there is a problem, maybe you will see there will be BOM, but you are not able to use them. You have to check all this, like a BOM status, any deletion indicator, all these things you have to check to resolve any issue. And then now let us click on this item icon, what is highlighted here. No, double click on or single click on this item icon. System will take us to the next page, which is called BOM item page, item overview. Now here we are in the tab of material tab, right? We are seeing the metal tab here. Now in this 10 operation 0010, if you double click, system will take us to the detailed page, right? 0010 double click, system will take us to the page. In this page we see 4 tabs: basic data, status long text, administration, and document assignment. Here in this basic data we are seeing many details. For example, you are seeing item category. What is this item category? When you create a BOM, the components we are giving into the BOM may be in different categories of items. For example, it may be a stock item, which is a metal which is used for production, or it may be some documents we need to refer, or it may be some tools, or it may be the size of the product may be varying, right? I mean, the dimensions of products may be varying. By these, there may be different item categories will be there. which is the product, and it has to consume from stock or it has to only for reference. For those things, you have to select the right category. Whenever we create a production BOM where we want to consume the material for production from the stock, normally we use this item category as L. For other usages, you need to practice and check how they are working. Here we are not covering that. We will be using the item category L for our course purpose. And then we are having these two scrap percentage fields. One is the operation scrap percentage, another is the component scrap percentage. Operation scrap percentage is what is the scrap expected in one operation for the quantity of the component to be produced, and for the operation how much scrap will be generated. This entry what we are doing, this will be overwriting the assembly scrap we entered in the metal master. Right, metal master would have entered the assembly component percentage, right, scrap percentage. Now if you enter in bill of metal, that will be taken as the more priority. Also system will create additional materials considering this operation percentage. Then the component percentage, it is the percentage of scrap that occurs during production of the metal if the metal is a component. Operation scrap is that how much that we have to process it in addition as a quantity, and then component percentage is which component we are using, how much it may happen as scrap. For example, you are using some nut and bolt to fix one machine. During fixing the nut and bolt, there may be some one or two nut bolt may be damaged as per the process itself. So maybe it is 1% or 2% that we have to enter. If you have to enter this, why you are entering this? Because during planning purpose, if you produce one machine where we need 50 nut and bolt, without considering scrap, if you plan, system will plan only that 50 or 100. If you put this scrap, system will plan the additional quantity also. So to take care of the proper planning, considering these scraps which are coming from the operation or from the component scrap, we need to use these percentages. And whatever the value maintained here, they are superseding the value what we maintain in the bill of materials. Please take note. Which means in metal master, you can have one assembly scrap and component scrap which is applicable to all the BOMs. But in specific BOM, you want to change the scrap, then you can use it. Because one machine may produce more scrap, another machine may produce less scrap. Then why should we apply the same scrap, right? We can use the different scrap percentages to accommodate those kind of changes. And then there is a field called fixed quantity. This fixed quantity is used to fix what is the quantity we are going to use in the bill of material. For example, there are some materials, right? When you use the material, it may not be varying based on the number of product what you are producing. For example, if you are using a tool for this product, if the header item is 100, you don't need 100 tools to produce this product. You need only one tool. So in BOM, you put this one and put this fixed quantity. Even if you put 100 or 200 for the particular BOM for one order, if it is fixed quantity, system will take that one only. It will not vary based on the header quantity. If you want to fix which is not getting affected by the header quantity, use this field fixed quantity. Now, as we said, we are in the first tab, that basic data, but we want to see some more details. Let us go to the status long text tab. The status long text tab, we are seeing various details. One is the production store location. This production store location is the issue location from which the component has to be consumed during the backflush. For that we can use it. Again, in the bill of material, in the metal master, we would have given this production store location, but now this can be overwritten in this bill of material because a specific product may be used on specific location. At that time, you can change it here also. Right? This is one. Next is the production supply area. Production supply area serves as a place for interim storage on the shop floor to make metal directly available for production purpose. So this is used in Kanban processing. When we implement Kanban process, this field will be used. And then there is a relevancy to costing. When we are having the BOM which has to be applied for the costing purpose, you can use this field. For example, you have 10 items in the BOM. Only 8 items have to be considered for costing purpose. 2 items don't need to be considered for costing purpose, means then the cost material you can exclude by removing this X mark from this indication. So we can include or exclude the material using this field in the costing of specific component. And then you have the tab called administrator. Here, after saving this bill of material, we can see the details of who created, when it was changed with the dates. And then there is a document assignment. If you want to attach any specific document as part of the bill of material, you can attach this. Creation documents will be done through document management system that we will be discussing later, not now. But you just know that we can attach the document for any BOM. Now let us see how to create a bill of material with a demonstration. So always it is suggested, please refer the respective training material while creating bill of material. Mean in one page, open the bill of material using transaction CS03, refer that and start creating it. So here let me start creating the bill of material. First let us go and see the transaction code through the menu path. It is available through logistics, production, master data, bill of materials, bill of material, material BOM, and then CS01. Why I asked menu path? Because various options are there. Now we go to the material. Now I am going to create the bill of material for SGMC TRNG IP1002. Why I am not creating IP1001? Because already I created and used it for various cases. This is a new material I created for further testing purpose. So I am creating BOM for this. So here I am updating the status, right? What is, sorry, usage. So what is the help? You go through it. What is the meaning of usage? What are the available options? We discussed the theory of this one just some time back. Now you go through these options. Here various options are there through F4. We are selecting this one which is for production. Okay. And then alternate BOM, like for if material may have more than one BOM means we can create alternate 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this we can go up to 99 alternate BOMs like that. Now here we are not creating any alternate BOM. We will just keep this as a blank and then we can proceed. And here when we assign the alternative, system will check whether any already exists or not. For example, if we enter 1, if already 1 is there, system will check. Let us keep it blank. And then valid from date. So normally this valid from date, it can be set whether it has to start from specific date or some other thing in configuration, but normally we put some time back here. And then change number is with reference to some change, like through engineering documents, I want to change the BOM, I can use this and update it using the change number, right? So now after entering all the selection parameters, we are going to create. I press enter. On going into this first page, I am going to the header page. This is the header. I go to the header. Here there are various parameters. First, let us see that alternate BOM and BOM. Now it is internal. Alternate BOM, you see, default system has taken 1. This is the first BOM for this material. And the BOM usage, what we gave in the first page, it has come here 1. The base quantity, what we are going to create the BOM is to produce 1 quantity of this material. Then BOM status. You can put this help. It is telling the what is the meaning of the status, whether it is BOM is active or not active. This is very important. Sometimes the planning may not happen, right? Or other issues may be there. At that time, we need to come and check whether the BOM is active or not. That is very important. So here we can use this F4 and see that what are all the various options for this active. So this is active with respect to all the functions, whether it is active for a specific function. Those options are there like 1, 2, 3. We can configure them and use them accordingly. Various business may need various requirements. And then we have to go back to the items. So here I pressed the wrong back. Now we put the item. So I put the item. I am coming in the item page. Here we fill the item category. So what is item category? Item category means the item may be, it may be a stock category, it may be a document, it may be a tool, right? There are various categories are there, like a document item or a class item which is for contributable BOM, it is a plant maintenance structure elements like that. Here we are going to use the stock. That we see the F4, see the stock item L, and then enter what is the component to be used. Here I am going to use SGMC-TRNG CP1001. So what is the quantity I am going to use? One number. Then I enter it. Then that's it, right? The first line. See the valid from date and to date. To date is taking infinite. Okay. And then we go to the change number. If I entered, that also would have come here. And then I put this another item. Put the item category, item code, what is the quantity we need.
Then third item. See here the incremental numbers are 10, 20, 30 because sometimes if you want to add something, we can add them here accordingly. That is why it is there. Then SGMC TRNG CP1003 1. And then here you see here there is a one tick mark, that is ASM. ASM is assembly. This means this item is having BOM further, right? Because CP103 in our case, it is subcontracting item. So we have the BOM for that item already. So when we have further BOM for that material, it will be showing the tick marker. This is also one thing we can observe whenever we create. And then we go to the next item, that is also item category L. We enter the material CP1004, and then it is also one number. Then we have CP105 as the next item. We'll go enter. See, if we don't enter some of these fields, system will ask the either warning message or error message based on the settings we fix there. Now I put 1, then enter, right? So all these details are entered now. So with these details, I want to see further details. So double click on the item. So here we see the 4 tabs: basic data, status, other things. In basic data, we have these item category, item number, description, category, quantity, and also the fixed quantity. See, fixed quantity means what? It is a quantity which will be used irrespective of the other quantity, right? Some item, sometimes we use some tool or something like that. Those things, it is irrespective of how many quantity I will be using this one fixed quantity. And then component scrap. We discussed about the component scrap. This was used in Metal Master MM03, right, in MRP4 view. Now, if you want to override that, right, then we can apply this for this specific BOM. For example, if you put 10% here, 20 pieces will be planned extra. That is the required quantity. It will appear. Okay. So here that is a component scrap. Then we have the operation scrap also. Again, please go through this F1 help. What is the meaning of this? You can see it is telling it is a detail, and also if you maintain this, it will be uh, situation whereby much of the metal is planned in MRP for the components. Okay, so those details are captured here. And then we have other fields also. Those things we will discuss whenever it is required. Right now, co-product or the recursive load, those things we discuss later. And then we have the short text if you want to have short text. But apart from this, important thing is, see, the production relevant is coming automatically here based on the usage what we entered. And another point is, okay, now what is item relevant to production is appearing here. It is coming from the usage what we selected. And then because it is production only, then the planned order, those things will come. Then config the costing relevancy, whether we want to cost it or not. So any item, if we want to include, not include cost, we can remove this X mark, like that we can remove it. So here the explanation also given here. See, each field when we refer, please go through the F1 help. That always help you to learn more. And then administration, which means it will show here that who created, when it created, those details will come. And also if there is any document which is assigned, those things also will appear here, right? Then let us go back to this the page what we came here. Like we go to this item page. Now we see all the details. Header details we confirmed, item details we confirmed. Everything is okay. Let us save this. So the BOM for SGMC TRNG IP1002 is created, right? So this is how the BOM for the metal is created. Again, as I am telling you, whenever you create either it is Metal Master or BOM, always go and study the help, F1 option available in SAP. That will give you a lot of options. And also when you use any transaction, go through the menu path. That will teach you many transactions which many people do not use. People become expert by doing all this. Now we will see how to display a bill of metal or how to change the bill of metal also, right? So now I want to change the BOM. Here I can use this option called display. From the metal BOM I can put display. Now it or the transaction is called CS03 or the transaction is called CS03. So let me go to the menu path. See here CS03 display. Okay. So here I coming and I put the material code and also what is the plant usage and validity, whatever the validity we entered now accordingly. See, now I see all the bill of materials. And as I told, CP1003 is having the assembly. I want to see that. I go and double click on the tick mark. Now in the tick mark, I double click. it is taking me to there, and that materials BOM we want to see, right? Further, it is like another CS03 inside the required quantity 1. So it is showing that that material is having a component of RM1001 one piece, right? If I want to see that material required quantity was 1, right? Maybe I can change this to 5, for example. Okay. And then if I continue, system will show that to produce a 5 of CP103, how many RM101 is required? It is showing 5 is required. Like that, we can see this and explore it in various things. And other reports we'll see later. And the header item, we'll see all the details are there, like a BOM number is also assigned by the system. See, the initially when you create it was showing as the internal, but now there is a number is assigned. For each BOM, there will be a number will be assigned. So here it is assigned as 00086, like that is assigned. And we have other details what we entered, and also valid from date, BOM status, and also additional details required for this particular item. And then administration, those details are there. And then now, in the item category, that item, individual items, we go to the short text, right? Here we see the production status, cost relevancy, all those details we can see here. Okay. So whenever you are not able to see the details, see these bars, the horizontal bar in the bottom, vertical bar on the sides, those things, so that you can use them, drag them, and see the details. Okay. So this was changed or created on 26th March by me. It is showing the user details and all. So here, no, so here I'm trying to pull this one, it is not coming. So what I do, horizontal bar, I'm pushing it, right? So system is taken to the other page, so I can do it. So here you can shrink the page also, or you can use this bar and do it. So now I'm able to see the other details, like quantities, this production status. Now that the bottom, no, the costing relevancy is not appearing. I go there in the right side, I see that costing relevancy is selected. Like this, we have to check now. Whenever you have any problem, we want to go and check, means we have to go and check the bill of material. So display various places, the status or the costing relevancy, those kind of things. Now I want to change, it is CS02. And whenever you give the change, please be careful on entering the date, because the change will be taking effect from the date what we are putting there. If you forget to put, and if it is taking some other date, it may not be giving you the expected result. So be careful. Now I want to change this quantity to 2 pieces, right? Then I save it, then it will be saved. That's it. Okay. And then the header items also, if I want to change, I can change. So there are many options are there, right? So whatever the change I did, I want to go back, and then I see this item. So here we have this two numbers, I changed it, CP1005. Now it is saved, right? So like this we can do the changes. Okay. So these are the options to display the BOM and change the BOM. Again, during display, during change, use the options F1 help always.
So we start our discussion with what is the level code in bill of material. We see the level codes in bill of materials. So here we can see the any product when it starts, we start with the level 0, right? And then the next level BOM is called as level 1 BOM. For example, to produce this finished product, we need one subassembly, another subassembly, component 1, component 2. These are the level 1 components required to produce this finished product. And then from level 1 to produce the subassembly 1, we need component 3 and component 4. So this is called the level 2 BOM, the level 1 metal with level 2 components. And then the component 3 requires raw material this 1 to produce component 3, which means this is the level 2 material, component 3. To produce that, we need to have level 3 of raw material. So there are levels which are defined. Now if you are seeing the bill of material for subassembly starting from here, then this is become a level 0 for that, and then level 1 here and level 2 here. Like this it will go on. So we need to understand these levels when we do analysis of the bill of materials. Also when you see the reports, we should be able to see the reports clearly if you understand these levels also clearly, right? Now, how to see the reports? The reports can be seen level by level, mean one level by another level, or by seeing multi-levels of materials, or we can see summarized view also. The bill of materials can be analyzed in different aspects. So what is level by level BOM? Let us understand with the same example, the same illustration. We'll see how the level by level BOM is seen. For example, to produce this finished product, we need the first level BOM, no? Subassembly 1, subassembly 2, component 1, component 2. This is one level. And then we want to see the bill of material for subassembly 1 and subassembly 2. This is called the next level. That is the next level. This is what level by level. We are seeing now level 2 BOM. And then to produce this component 3 and component 6 in other BOMs, this is the next level. So here we are seeing the bill of material step by step, right? Producing the first level, what are the components required, and then the next level, each one, what are the things we required. Like this, we go level by level. So this will give you a hierarchical structure of the bill of material, and it will be required when we do some analysis of how the BOM components are there, how the critical points are there, how critical work centers, which metal is critical to see them. This kind of level by level approach will be useful. How to see this in SAP? In SAP, we can see level by level BOM using the transaction code called CS11. After entering this transaction, here we will enter the material, the plant, and BOM application as PP01. So there are different applications for BOM. So here we are seeing for the production planning purpose. So we will enter PP01 production general and then execute the transaction. We get the output here. So here we can see, say first for this product level 0 product, all level 1 are here appearing the first level. And then this first level material, this is having its second level BOM. See here, this is having all these next level. After that, the second material, right? So what is the second material? We are having this empty is the purchase item, so it is not appearing. Then we have this next level CP105, then we have CP103. So these are the first level which is completed. And then to produce this inline helical gearbox, this is what the BOM is here, right? And then to produce this inline helical gearbox, we have this output and also the input. Now we are seeing the BOM for input next level, then output as a next level. So level by level, right? First we saw the finished product, then the next level we are seeing it, and then from here we are seeing next level further levels. This is what the level by level BOM. Okay.
Now let us see the level by level BOM in system, how to see them. So here the level by level BOM, how we can see the menu path. Let us go. So logistics, go to the production, we'll go to the master data, then bill of material, again that bill of metal, but we are now looking for the reporting, right? So go to the reporting, and here we go to the BOM explosion, metal BOM. See here, all these options are the CS11, CS12, CS13. Okay, first we are going to see the BOM level by level. So here we enter which material BOM we want to see. Here I want to see the BOM of GM101, which was created for our business case earlier. And then BOM, alternate BOM, we don't have any other alternate, so we take it. BOM application, various options are there. We have created for PP01. Now we entered the selection parameters and then execute it. So here it is a small explanation help given by SAP regarding application. Okay, right. Now let us go and execute this report. So BOM application, also check the date and other things, right? So now see here, required quantity is also there. For example, we want to run this report for one material or want to run for 5 items, like that we can run it, execute it. See here, when we run this report, see first system is starting from the GM101, that is a level 0. Okay, that is a level 0. That is for required quantity is 1, base quantity is also 1. Base quantity means how we created BOM, that is base quantity. Required quantity is how much we required for this report. So then the level 1, all these items are showing like a GB, motor, CP1015, CP1016, that BOM is completed. Within this BOM, which is having the next BOM is a GB101. So it is exploding those IP101, OP101, those things. And in that IP101, OP101, that is the next level, right? So it is showing the IP101 first, then OP101. And then within IP101, there is a CP1003, which is having the BOM. Then that BOM is exploded. And then within OP101, there is a metal CP106 that is having the BOM, that is exploded next with the RM102 as the input. Please note the levels, items, then objects. Object means whether it is a material or it is having further bill of metal, like objects, and then what is a metal code, description, component quantity, how much. See here in the BOM we saw that, right? The tick mark, which means further assembly is there. Those things are appearing, and then we have the required segment. Okay, so there are many details which are available here, but there are many field which are available here as empty. Okay, to have this missing information which are available there, like if you want to get some GR processing time, those things, there is some OSS nodes which has to be applied, but I am not applying here because this is server, right? I do not want to disturb, so I do not apply this OSS nodes. But in practical situation, we can apply the nodes. That nodes will say some transactions and also how to perform it, so that we can bring those details. For example, later I will try to add one parameter, and also we have this price details. Those things are appearing as empty. To bring them, we need to apply the SAP nodes, what is mentioned here. Okay, now see various details already popping up for default, right? So these itself may be sufficient for us. Okay, these itself may be. See, there are some items where there are some changes have been done. For example, CP1003, some changes which was done on the 26th January by me. That is also reflecting here. What was the latest change, right? And then we have other details here, like what is the production relevant, whether it is a production relevant. So whatever appearing from the BOM, they are coming here, relevancy to costing. So most of the standard informations which are available here. I mean, if you want to bring other parameters, then we can bring them. So within BOM, what are the things we maintain? Those things are coming here, right? When BOM created, right, we had this costing relevance to those details. If you want to change it out, see further many parameters are there. Not only the whatever there. For example, purchasing group, then delivery time, that is the lead time, and then we have the special procurement type, or we have the GR processing time. Like these various options are available there, right? We can select them and then we can bring into the report. But when we select and we bring it here, sorry, that was the opposite, because I wanted to remove some of these things, because these things are unnecessary which are coming there. So I just remove them from that available page. Like this, we can remove some of these things by moving from left to right, or we want to add some fields from right to left. Both the options are there. And also whatever we added, those things we can lift up or lift down, right? Those parameters also. Now GR processing time, so I want to bring it to the left side. So here, where do I want to put? So I select that line there, all I can select it and put it, right? So I put this left arrow, so it is coming there. Actually, no metal, no, whatever GR processing time we moved it there, that is now appearing in the bottom of the left side. And if I want to move it to the top, I can move it using the left side. Now when there is upward arrow, downward arrow, left side, those things we can use them and then move them accordingly, right? Now I checked if any other parameter I need to add. As of now, for our testing purpose, I do not want to add any other parameters, so I just proceed with that GR processing time what we added as of now. Okay, let me not add, but you see many is parameters there. We can see them by ascending order or descending order, whatever it is we can do, right? I applied it. So because the GR processing time which I added, no, that was in the last column, I go and check the last column. So it is appearing here 000 only, GR processing, that is the last column. So again, as I told, this is missing here. Missing means we need to apply some OSS nodes, but if you apply these OSS nodes, we'll get the plant delivery lead time, special procurement key, and then delivery lead time, and purchasing group, purchasing organization. Like these various parameters we can bring, because these kind of reports, right, when we run this standard report, we can understand the particular product when we want to analyze, like who is responsible for which material, and is there any MRP controller. Those things we can check, and we can check with them what is the status, or how to proceed, or any changes in the material procurement. All those details we can do.
And then multi-level BOM. What is a multi-level BOM? In level by level, we saw the BOM after each level. First level 1, for that to produce what are the components required. From there we saw for each item what is the next level to be produced. In the multi-level, we start with the product and will go until the complete end of the bill of material. That is called multi-level. Full level we see here. For example, to produce this finished product, we need subassembly 1. To produce this subassembly 1, we need component 3 and component 4. To produce component 3, raw metal 1. So this is the first all the multi levels of the product will be summarized first. And then next is the subassembly 2. All the levels of the BOM of the subassembly 2 will be appearing. And then all the components will appear. This is called the multi-level, which means it will go up to the last stage, up to the last stage. How to see this in SAP? Here we are seeing transaction code CS12, and here we enter the metal code, plant, the BOM application, then execute it. See, now we can see the bill of material. First, it is taking this level 0, then level 1, 2, 3, then for 3 there are some metal, then 4, like this completing all. And then it is going for the next, the second level BOMs, the third level is going. Similarly, taking the next second level is saying third level. So to understand this, the level of the BOM, now that 1, 2, 3, this is what we told. We have to understand what is the level. When you see this level, reading the bill of material will be easy. So level by level BOM is used to some purposes, and multi-level BOM is used for some other purposes. For example, we want to find out what is the root cause for the bill of material quantity is wrong, something like that. We can use this multi-level BOM. So we can take a one branch and see until the end of this BOM what is happening, how the metals are carried over from one level to another level.
Now let us see running the report for the multi-level BOM. So multi-level BOM, we saw that where we have to go and see. Menu path is already there. CS12 multi-level BOM. Same way, right? Enter the metal code, that BOM application, key date, and also the required quantity. If you put, it will take that. Otherwise, default will take 1. Right? See here the difference. Initially, it was first level. It show the BOM. Then in that first level, what is the further it was showing. But here it is taking the first level. In that, what is the first material? With it completes that BOM. Then further it is completing up to that level 4, right? And then it is going to that in this second level BOM. What are the next item? So it is going to the level 3 material of this level 2. So it is exploding and completing all these materials of this level 2 below this level 1. Okay. And then it will go to the level 2 of level 1 again. Right. For example, what is the level 2? Next level 2, it is the CP1014. That is the next one. So like this, it will go and explode all the BOM which are required, and then it will complete. And then level 1 itself, see, after gearbox, all these things are exploded up to level 2, and then level 4 also it is gone. Then level 1, what are the things? Motor, CP105, CP106, right? Like this, it will go and explode and complete all these things until required, right? So this is the multi-level BOM. So there are some people who find it convenient to see the level by level BOM. There are some people who will convenient to the multi-level BOM. According to the application, according to the requirement, and according to the clarity we need, we can use either level by level BOM or we can use the multi-level BOM. But both are giving the information, but in different way it is showing.
And then there is another requirement that I don't want to see all the levels and all. I want to see finally what is the materials which are required to produce this product as a summarized view. That is what I need. That also SAP is given the option. Summarized view means what will happen? In this example, summarized BOM will show the BOM of the finished product. If you take, it will show all these components, raw materials. I mean, these are the last stage of the BOM, last level of BOM. After these materials, there is no further BOM. That is up to that level is showing, that is called summarized BOM. Right? So this will be required some cases, that what are the metals we need to purchase, how much total we need to purchase to have a broad purchase activities, and also ultimately which kind of components we have to procure from outside. For those purposes, summarized BOM will be helpful. How to see the summarized BOM? In SAP, by using transaction CS13, this will be shown. For example, with this, enter the material, plant, BOM application. Now we see all the components until the end of this product. No, here we don't see the levels. We don't see level 0, level 1, level 2, these things we don't see. Final, the component list with what is the quantity required. That is what is appearing here. This is the summarized BOM.
So now let us see how to see the summarized BOM. So again, transaction is CS13. Okay. Now we go inside, enter the material, put the application, required quantity, those things, execute. So here in the output, what do we see? We do not see the levels, level by level or multi-level. It will show finally the last level of metal which you are going to buy from outside, which means these are all the items which are going to procure and use it here. This is very useful that to produce that product, what are all the items we are going to buy from outside, and especially if we want to analyze some of the purchasing budget, those things, this will be very useful. This report will be very useful. Okay, so here it is showing again the same report, but the what is the last level. Now further we are not going to explore the BOM, up to that it will come here. Okay, so here it is showing what are all the the path, the predecessor, which is the predecessor for the each item. Many details are available here. Again, use this F1 option and then go through the F4 options and study them and understand this report. These kind of reports are very important for both the planning people and also purchasing people, both, right? It is in the BOM means it is not only for PP. Please understand, it is required for both the PP and MM. Okay, because we need to understand the concepts. Various information are available, which you'll see in this case itself. I want to purchase the items. Which are all the item I want to buy? This is the list. If I want to put some budget, this is the list. Okay, like this we can get it. Okay, and then when you're doing this production planning or any purchasing, normally when there is a component, this component is used in which kind of products, we may need to know it. For example, there may be a component, suddenly there may be stock out, or there may be excess stock, or there may be obsolescence, there may be delay of this product. Other case, we want to understand which are all the products which are going to get affected because of this component. At that time, we will use this report called where used list. Here the transaction CS15 is used. By entering this transaction, then put these materials and then click the next stage. To go to the next stage, click the button what is shown here. Then we go here to see what is the required quantity. For example, with this component 1, what is the entered component, with this one number of this component, what are the products we can produce, how much quantity we can produce, that we can see. So enter this required quantity 7, execute the report. When execute it, we are seeing the result here. So this component CP013 is used in this SGNC training component output here, OP1001. It is one piece is required to produce one product. Required quantity, resulting quantity is also 1. We can see both the results here. So we are seeing here how much quantity is used. Using this, how much you are producing the product what you are searching. That also we can see. This is very useful in analyzing any issues with respect to procurement, any quantity exceptions. For those kind of things, this will be much helpful. Also, there is sudden increase in price of one particular component. So what is the impact of the price of this component, various products? We can use this report. So we always interested to see that any component or material where it is getting used. So for that we have a report called where used to report. So where used to report, where we can see, let us use this menu path to find out. So we see here CS15, that is the metal where it is getting used. So you go and enter this raw material. I want to see this raw material where it is getting used. I select the type of various list. It is a direct list I want to select, material BOM, and then I press that icon. So here I put the required quantity. So first I want to understand what is required quantity. Which means this material, how much is required. For example, I want to require one item, then what will be the result? Using this one, what I can produce. That is what is the result. And then requested quantity, resulting quantity. Resulting quantity means what it will yield, what will be the output if I use this. That is also I can enter. Options are there. So here I am going to put that required quantity as 1 and then proceed. So like this for various fields, right? Again, I am insisting, go through the F1 field and proceed to them. I enter 1, execute it. Okay, so now it is showing this material is used in this CP1003. Okay, I select this CP1003 and then I see that RM1001 is to produce CP1003. Required quantity is 1, resulting quantity is 1. That is the result which I am getting here. Now this CP1003, where it is further used, see that where used list. So before, without the transaction itself, from here itself I can see where it is used. It is used in IP1001, it is used in IP102. That IP101 where it is used, again from here I go, I see that it is used in GB101. GB101 where it is used, from here I can go and see that it is used in GM101. The GM101 where it is getting used, here it is showing that it is not found in any BOM. So this is the ultimate header of the material. There is no further inclusion of this material in any BOM, right? That is what is showing. So this is the single level. One by one we go and see that. Now CS15. And now I one by one, now when I see that, right, it may take some time and also it will take a lot of time. So here many parameters are also available icons. Please explore these icons. For example, this item, I want to see what is the detail, right? I can go and see the detail which was available in the BOM and the 4 tabs. Those things I can see here. And then now let me go back, right? When I go back, see here for one material, I have to go one by one and check what is the values list for each material. Instead of that, I want to see the values list for multiple materials. Then CS15M, this report I can use. So I go here, CS15M. Here I give the metal range from CP1001 to RM1001. Why I am giving these things should be that ascending order or alphabetically that ascending order should be there. Then only system will check. If the sequence is wrong, it will not take. You can try the selection parameter from 2. And then I put this required quantity as 1. And also the options are available. Like I want to see the metal BOM and also the multi-level. Okay. Each one, select it and see that F1 and other things. We can find out the answer for each of them. Then execute the report. See now it is showing that the CP101 is the green, that is the metal which I am seeing. After that, it is used in IP, then GB, then GM. See, it is going like this. Then CP IP102. For IP102, there is no further BOM, it is not showing other details. It completed CP101, there is a demarcation. Then it is starting with the CP102, then CP103. Like this, it's keep on going, right? Each metal it is showing that keep on going further BOM up to what level it is there. It is showing all the levels here. It is showing all the levels. Like that, we can see the multiple materials values list. This is very useful report because in this report itself we see various all this list from starting from that which metal we are using up to that final material where they are all getting used. All the lists are available here. This is the nice report. And here we can see that GB1001, right? Here also again we can use this values list. As we saw that single values list, here we can see the values list. And here GM1001, you can see that item, right? You go and see the last column. It is showing us a X. X means this is the top level material. For each component, ultimately where it is going to end up, that list is also shown here. See, this is a very nice matrix, right? So this will be very required in various things like a planning or purchase, wherever it is, to understand what is the impact of this particular component change, where and all it is going to affect. This will be very useful report.
And then normally when I have the bill of materials, some products may have similar bill of materials. At that time we may have some confusion, or we want to understand what exactly the difference between these bill of materials. That also we can see through SAP what is the difference between this BOM, or we can compare them. When you have this comparison of BOM, you are using CAN transaction called CS14. Another CS14, enter the material codes like this. These are all the materials we are having. These materials we are using here. And now also here enter what is the application and what is the date of this BOM comparison, that also will enter it, and other details wherever it is required. Now we are having various options to see this multi-level BOM. We can see a single level comparison and multi-level comparison. Also we can see summarized comparison and differentiated comparison. After entering these details, then we execute this transaction, we getting the result like this. So it is showing all the components in both these materials, and is showing here in this product these are the components required, and in this product these are the components required. Also system is highlighting what is the difference between these things using these signals. Please observe these signals. System is giving this signal. This signal is showing that what are all the materials which are having exactly same in both BOM, that we can see. Also we can see which are all the materials which are available in only one BOM, or the metal is available in both the BOM but there is a quantity difference. Like this we can see the comparison. So this is giving very clear idea the comparison of BOM. So this is very useful for the design people, for production planning people, even the production execution people. When they want to compare some BOM, we can see these comparisons. Also sometimes we want to propose some alternate product to another customer. So what is the kind of components which may need, those kind of analysis we can do with this report.
So now let us see that how to compare the BOM of two materials. Okay. So this is the BOM comparison. See here, it is coming under the list of reports CS14. I want to compare two materials, because whenever we compare, now what we compare is a similar material. So here I am comparing two similar materials, OP101, OP1002. OP102 I create the BOM and all later. So I am just comparing them. Okay. And here that options, single level and summarized or differentiated, multi-level summarized or differentiation. There are two options. Now that the single level is, now it is no, not displaying, which means that this is selected. The single level is selected. So for single level, put the usage. What is the usage here? So I put the usage as 1. Okay. Now I want to run this report, right? I want to run the report either as summarized or differentiated. So here single level is selected. Please note that it is in the gray area. So summarize comparison, I press it. So I am getting the comparison. So here I explained you, right, that the result of this equivalent, this yellow line or that red, those things, because there is no red comparison here. Those things are, I explained you there. And when you create the BOM with different options, you can check them. So here I want to see only the unassigned component, or I can see only the equal component, or I hide the material which is not there. Like the various options are there. Here I want to hide all the equal items. Then it is showing only the item which is the differentiate. By this, that options, the top icons. Any report, go and explore this kind of top icons there. So here this is showing the result here, right? The result explanation also I gave it just some time back. Okay, some few minutes back I explained you. And then now in this is the report which is coming here. Now I want to see that report as the differentiated comparison, right? If I want to see differential comparison, that also we can do. So that was summarize. Here is the differentiated comparison. Like this we can do it, because there is a very simple comparison here. It is showing the differentiated. Otherwise we can see the various options which are coming here, right? So it is the result here. Now let us go back. I want to see the multi-level comparison. See, once gray it is become selected, application has come here. Earlier it was BOM usage because that was single level. Now I am seeing the multi-level. So it is showing the application PP01. I compare it, because the OP101 it is having only one level BOM. So I am not seeing this multi-level. When you are seeing it after creating the GM101 like that, you can explore the multi-level BOM. So here I am seeing the differentiated BOM, summarize BOM, various options are there. Please explore them one by one. Okay. For that, you have to create two finished products, two sub assemblies, then explore them. Also, there is option to change the layout also here. For example, I want to bring that layout here, that some parameters, so that it will be useful for me to compare. Okay, it will be useful for me to compare. For example, there are items which are having difference. There are some items which is there in one BOM which is not in another BOM. I want to understand some like who is MRP controller, or what is the price of that material. Those kind of parameters I want to bring it here, right? Then I can use this layout update. Then we can bring it. See the huge parameters there. Here one means the first column, two means second column. Which one I want to bring? So here I want to bring MRP type in this first column, and then I want to bring the MRP type 2, because that is what I want to compare, right? And MRP type 1, MRP type 2 I bring it here, and suitably I want to put that MRP 1 next to the first item, no, first column item. So I bring that to the top. Now I enter it. See here I am seeing this MRP type, this particular MRP type of these materials, MRP type of these materials. I can compare them and do it. So whenever, especially when there is a difference, or when the metal is there or not, to whenever we have these things, it will be very useful to compare them. So this BOM comparison, various benefits are there to identify if there is a single difference or lot of differences, or any two three items only it may be difference. So what should be done, or any alternate material we can use. So applications are huge by using these reports.
And then there will be requirement that there is a change in the product, or there is a change in design, or change in requirement from customers. So we need to change one particular component or some quantity, something we need to change. And we may have a component used in 100 products or 200 products also may be used. Going and changing the BOM individually one by one will be difficult. So there is option to do mass change of the BOM. So this is done through transaction called CS20. So here we have various options here, like, so what are all the item category, what change number with respect to, and which are all the BOM categories we want to refer, and also which material we are going to put there, from this metal to this material, what quantity you have to replace, and what should be done, whether you have to change only, or we have to delete it, or we have to add the material, or we have to add the document. Many options are there. to do this comparison. Now let us see, take one example.
Here we see how to do the mass change in the BOM. So the transaction for mass change, let us go and see through the menu path. It is the CS20 mass change. So here we are going to give which is the material we are going to replace, right? I am going to replace CP1017 with a component CP1003 and the quantity will be 1. What is the unit of measurement? Is the pieces. And this is the change in the item data, so that I update that change in data. It is affecting the metal BOM. Those selection parameters we select, and then there are many other options are there, so we need to explore them one by one, like a document or other BOM, those kind of things. Now we execute it. Now when we execute it, system will show what are the BOM which are having the CP1007. There are two BOM. One is the IP101 is having this item, IP102 is another item. I select both, right? I select both, and then we want to do this change, right? So what I do, before that, let me go and see that there are options what are there from the menu path. See, whenever any transaction, check the menu path, there may be many options. Now I go and do the change data. Before changing the data, let me check what is the current BOM, right? So that we can compare it. So I go and see the BOM of IP101, IP102. In IP102, the third item is CP1017. Okay. Similarly, in IP101, again, third item is CP1017. Now we are going to do the mass change of these two items, right? So we are in this transaction. I go and update this. So the system is confirming it. Can you proceed? Then I enter it. See, it is showing. These are the changes we did, mass change. Okay. So these two items have been changed. Result has come. So now let us go and check the BOM. Now let us go back and then see the BOM again. Okay, see that CP107 is replaced with CP103 in IP102 BOM. Similarly, let us check IP101 also. Here we go back and then see the CP1003. See the transaction changes happened, right? So this is the how we do the mass change in BOM. There are many options. We saw in the selection parameter, right? Many options. I just did a very simple example, but for learning purpose, this simple example is okay. For your practical purpose, we need to try various options. In this session, we discussed the basic concepts of bill of material, like a definition of BOM, single level, multi-level BOMs, integration of BOM with other functions. And then we discussed various key parameters in the bill of material, from header details, item details, what is the status, what is costing, some key parameters we discussed. And then we explored various reports in SAP that regarding BOM, because going through this BOM through various reports will give a lot of advantages with the level by level, multi-level, summarized BOM. Also, how to carry out the mass change in BOM. Those things we discussed, and also we did the creation of BOM demonstration in this session. Just to refresh our knowledge, let us see some quiz questions for this session. What are the prerequisites to create a bill of material? A multi-level BOM can be created in one step, true or false. One material has more than one BOM. How can it be managed? What is the T code to view level by level BOM? Can we maintain BOM for a material with a base quantity of more than one? What is the T code to view multi-level BOM? What is the importance of BOM status? What is the T code to view the summarized BOM? What are the different item categories used in BOM? Give at least 4 examples. What is the T code to compare the two different BOMs? What is the T code to find out where a metal is used? How many alternate BOMs can be created for a material? What are the parameters that can be done through BOM mass change? We'll discuss the answers for these quiz questions in the next session. So let us see the assignments for this session. Create BOM for all in-house production items and subcontracting items for the business case. Run BOM in different levels, multi-level, level by level, summarize BOM. Also do one mass change at least for two materials. This will give a lot of experience for you in handling the bill of materials. After understanding various parameters in the bill of materials, now we will discuss work center in the next session. Please create the bill of material for all the in-house production items and the subcontracting items as discussed in the business case. Whatever the clarifications you need, please put them in the comment section. They will be answered then and there. Please suggest your friends and colleagues to subscribe to the channel so that they get the benefit from this knowledge sharing session. Meanwhile, if you'd like to practice the business case contents along with me, you may hire the dedicated server. If you write the email to this mail given here, info@bgravin.com, I will provide the details. Thank you. See you in the next session. Take care. Bye.